Steve, you said after the game you were going to bring a couple of players in. Can you talk us through the players and the reasons for their addition to the squad?
Yeah, just obviously I've got to assess the games coming up and what qualities I need in the squad. Declan, I know from when he was in the squad before, he's got experience. Don't forget he was part of the Euro 2020 squad. He had a fantastic match away in Serbia against Mitrovic. So he's got the qualities that we might need over the next two games. When I spoke to the written media after the last time about showing that there's a pathway for the younger boys, and it's a very young squad just now. Josh is the captain of that group. He's did very well at Hibs, but obviously he's in a position as well that we have good quality in that position. And I just felt it was a chance to bring him up, show there's a pathway, and it also gives Josh a chance to be around the squad with a chance to make a contribution over the next couple of games.
In terms of experience of being part of a Scotland squad and hopefully a successful Scotland squad, what can it do to help the youngster Robbie McCrory as well, coming in?
No, I think that's the key to building your next squad is to have these younger ones in and around the squad where they can contribute if you ask them, but also that they're gaining invaluable experience for the years ahead.
In terms of the Ireland game then on Saturday night, how different a game will this be from Wednesdays at Hampden?
No, it's always different opponents, different system, different makeup of player, different type of player. We know only too well from our experiences in the summer how difficult the game's going to be, and we have to make sure that we're ready for everything that Ireland throw at us, ready to combat their strengths, but to make sure that we play to our maximum and show our qualities on the pitch.
You obviously learned lessons from playing in Dublin. What did you learn from that game that can help you on Saturday night?
No, obviously you look at all the games, you try to learn, you try to be better. I think we showed an improved performance against Ukraine midweek from what we did in the summer, and the idea is to replicate that again.
Finally, from me then, you're in a very strong position in the group. You come through and you finish top. There are huge ramifications here because you go top, you go into Group A, also a pathway as well to Euro 2024. Is that the carrot that you dangle to these players, that it's there for them? They need to go and grab it now.
I spoke before in the first press conference about being in a position going in to play Ukraine and Poland, that we had a chance to top the group. But at the moment, all we've achieved is that we can't get relegated from the group. That's the only thing we've achieved. We can finish third, we can finish second, we can finish first. So it's just to treat the Irish game as well as we treated the game against Ukraine, to try and get the 3 points and make sure that we go to Ukraine and still in a good moment, still feeling good about ourselves and looking for what would then be 1 point to qualify. So we've still got everything in front of us. You can get carried away looking at what we could achieve, but let's just concentrate on the next game and try and make the next step forward.
Yeah, people are saying it's only 2 draws you need, Steve, but you have to go in with that winning mentality given what you did midweek.
I think you always have to go with a winning mentality. We want to build a culture here where every time we go to the pitch that we want to win the games. I think we've shown that consistently. 9-game unbeaten run, an 8-game unbeaten run. We want to build that type of run again. We want to feel good about ourselves going into every single game, and you never set up for the draw. You always set up to win, and if you're not quite good enough to win, then hopefully you get the draw.
It will be John McGinn's 50th appearance for Scotland in this game against Ireland. Just sum up his achievements with Scotland so far.
Great. You just got to look at his contributions, his goal scoring record, his assists. He can play different midfield positions. He brings his own bubbly, bright personality into the group. He's a key member of the squad on and off the pitch. I think he enjoys it when I push him a little bit further forward and he's got the chance to make those goals, to make those assists. It works well for us. It has worked well for us, and obviously I'm indebted to John for a lot of the good wins that we've had, because he's managed to get the goals or the assists. So hopefully he can keep it going, and hopefully he can get to 100 and get a few more goals and assists along the way.
How key is that age group of players when they're in their mid to late 20s in terms of building for not just this campaign, the next couple?
That's the group that carries you forward. We've spoken about how we try to create a pathway for the younger ones. They'll come in. Don't forget John McGinn was in a lot of Scotland squads He famously tells me about the time that he was asked to run the line in one of the squads because he was surplus to requirements at the time. So you have to understand that there's a process. John accepted that. He waited for his chance. And that's what you want. And that age group of player is the one when I first came in, they didn't have that many caps. And I'm saying over a period of time, they will pick up the caps, they will become more experienced, and hopefully will improve as a group. And I think, maybe some people disagree, but I think we've improved a lot as a group.
When you look at that, Steve, from midweek, Shea Adams put in a great shift up front, but Lyndon Dykes comes on and gets the goals. How good a dilemma is that if it is one to pick one or the other?
No, it's what you want. You want to be challenged all the time on positions, on players. You want, like I said, I don't think Lyndon was very happy with me that he didn't start. That's what you want. So come off the bench and show what you can do, and then give me an even bigger decision to make in the next game. And I want that all across the pitch, every position.
The players talked really openly about how much the performance and the result in Dublin hurt them. Do you like the fact that is going to be something that's motivating them going into tomorrow?
It was a difficult summer for us. We had 2 games where we didn't get anywhere near our levels, and we suffered because of it. This time we have to make sure that we reach our level. Like I said before the Ukraine game, if we can reach our level, then let's see what the result is.
It's 3 games in 7 days with a quick turnaround and everything. Are you comfortable that if changes have to be made, that they can be, and that they can maintain the levels that they showed on Wednesday?
Yeah, I think I've got a really good squad of players here. I'm comfortable with the balance in the squad. If I have to make, there won't be wholesale changes because obviously it was a really good performance. If I have to make 1 or 2 changes, then that's what I'll do.
Did they show their adaptability with the change of shape on Wednesday, and with not an awful lot of time together before that match, being able to put in the performance that they did?
They showed an understanding and a willingness to take on board all the information that we gave them, and that transfers to the pitch, which is great. And like I said before, you spend a lot of time, and it can be a little bit boring for players, but they obviously concentrated very well. And when you make the changes and Lyndon's asked to make a similar run, suddenly it works and you get the 2 goals off the bench. It means that the boys that didn't start the game were also listening, which for coaches is a great thing to know that all your players are listening to the information that you're given.
The 4 at the back formation worked really well midweek. Do you feel that it offers you perhaps more going forward, more defensively, a better balance? Does it just suit the players that you pick better? What do you think about it?
The 4 at the back just felt the right way to go, having looked at the Ukraine game from the summer, how to occupy the pitch, what to give us to make us better against that shape, and it worked well. But maybe in games going forward, the back 3 is the best way to go. So I've always said I want to be flexible, and then you're on a run where you're winning all the time with the back 3 or the back 5 or whatever, however you want to name it. We had a good run, we stuck with it. It obviously didn't work quite as well in the summer, so it was a good time to try the change.
Is that the key thing, that it can become another system? There are 2 options that the players will be familiar with, because you get so little time with them and you have been using that 3 in the back system, but if you can have 2 systems, it makes you much more adaptable.
I like it. The only I think only in game I've made the change before in game, when I've gone from a back 3 to a back 4 in game. It was nice to start a game and make sure that we could adapt and start the game the right way and carry that system right through the game. Don't forget, if it hadn't been working proper, we still had personnel on the pitch that I could have gone the other way, and that's what I want. I want flexibility.
Talking to some fans outside Hampden after the game, one of them said, with a performance like that, you feel you can trust that team. That's maybe the best compliment you can get.
It's good. It shows, and also the size of the crowd for the games, the fact that the Scottish public, I think, are engaged with this group of players. I think they enjoy going to watch them play. I think they go there with a sense of anticipation, which is maybe why there was so much disappointment in the summer, because the players and myself, we didn't reach the levels that the Scottish public maybe expected. So the expectations have gone up. So we have to work even harder to make sure that we live up to that expectation.
It was a physically demanding game, of course, and Ireland have had a dead week. Does that factor into your calculations about who's going to play and how they're going to play?
Well, it's obviously a big plus for the Irish. It's something that we are ourselves in Ukraine are playing catch up because of the situation in Ukraine. So we don't complain about a footballing situation when you look at the context of why we're doing the extra game. But in a sporting context, it's easier for Ireland to prepare for this game than it is for us. But we were ready.